For my end behavior, on the left side, x approaches negative infinity. F of x is becoming more and more gradual, and it can't go past 0, so it's approaching 0. On the right arrow, x approaches positive infinity. I'm going up forever, so f of x approaches positive infinity as well. When I look at 6, it's 1/3 to the power of x plus 1. So anything to the power of 0 is 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. When we have 1/3, when we have 1, it's going to be 1/3 plus 1. It's going to be a little bit over 1. And then when we put a 2 up there, that's going to give us 1/9 plus 1 is a little over 1. So we're going to keep getting smaller and smaller fractions when we square or cube or to the 4th power, and we're just going to keep adding 1. So we're getting closer and closer to 1 here. On the left side, when we do the negatives, it's going to reciprocate. So 1/3 to the power of -1 would be 3, so we're going to get 4. So we're going to get something that looks similar to that. Then we're just going to figure out our domain, range, etc. So our domain, I can go left forever, I can go right forever. So it's x, such as x is an element of all the real numbers. My range, it's going to be f of x, such as f of x. This time I'm getting closer and closer to 1. I'm above it, so it's going to be greater than 1. My x-intercept is none again. My y-intercept is going to be 0, 2. This time I'm not increasing, I'm just decreasing from negative infinity to positive infinity. This is always a decrease. My horizontal asymptote is y equals 1. Vertical is none. And my end behavior as x approaches negative infinity. So that's the left arrow. It's going up, so f of x approaches infinity. As x, as I go right, approaches infinity, f of x is going to get closer and closer to 1, or the horizontal asymptote again. This one we have negative and then 3 to the power of x minus 2 plus 1. So we're just going to plug in some values. When we plug 0 in, we're going to get negative 0 minus 2 is negative 2. So that really means it's going to be 1/3 squared, which is 1/9. Negative 1/9 plus 1, we're going to get 8/9. It's going to be 0 and 1. When we plug 1 in, that's going to be 1/3, negative 1/3, so negative 2/3. And then when we plug 2 in, that gives us 0. So that's 1, negative 1 plus 1 is 0. And then if we plug 3 in, that's going to be 3 minus 2 is 1, negative 3, negative 2. So our graph's going to end up looking like that. We're going to get closer and closer to this one up here. So our domain is going to be x, such as x is an element of all real numbers, because I have an arrow that points left and an arrow that points right. Our range this time is going to be less than, because when I look at it, I'm going down, not up. So it's going to be less than 1. That's as high as I can go. My x-intercept is going to be 2, 0. My y-intercept is going to be 0, 8/9. Could also get a decimal there.